Okay. I think I'm in.
I hear you, Rod.
You can hear me?
Yes, I can.
Good. So I'm along the Columbia River looking straight across at Rooster Rock.
Nice.
So I don't see where I can mute. Here we go. Maybe right there.
Are you providing the songbirds, Rod?
I've got 3 o'clock. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Is there anyone that's not here that we were expecting?
Tim was Tim not going to call in?
Well, he was going to try, but he's out of town.
I can't hear Rich at all, though.
How about Dan? He's not going to make it?
I don't know
All
about that.
turned up all the way.
I just know that Tim is out of town. Rod, can you hear me?
He's saying no.
Councillor Richardson won't be joining us.
Okay. Well, if Tim doesn't make it, we're going to need Rod to hear us.
I
Otherwise,
got you. I got it.
all right. So
I'm in an
we-
airplane. You can tell by the strap across my chest. I don't think there are any mountains in front of me, but I'll do my best.
Please tell me you're not flying an airplane at the same time you're in this meeting.
I'm just one-handed.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to call the meeting to order. Will the city clerk please call the roll?
Counselor Runyon,
Present.
Counselor Long Curtis,
Present.
Counselor Randall,
Present.
Counselor McLaughlin, and Counselor Richardson are absent. Mayor Mays.
Present. Approval of the agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll move to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
Okay, it's another tie. I'll give it to Scott this time. It's been moved by Counselor Long Curtis and seconded by Counselor Randall to approve the agenda. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. Action items. Will this be Mr. Kara or Ms. Kruger? Mr. Kara.
Thank you, Mayor Mays. Per council direction at the last meeting, the last regular session meeting of the council earlier this week, as the manager explained, the city and the county are going through a tremendous amount of severe weather. And direction of the council at the time of the meeting was to impose a citywide ban restricting the use of fireworks within the city limits and the imposition of a fine associated with that ban for any violations thereof. And so we called this special meeting today and presented the council with an ordinance, an emergency ordinance, to go into effect upon adoption, if adopted, to impose that ban throughout the city limits and to impose a fee associated with violation of the ban. The city clerk emailed all the emergency ordinance last night. And it's simply modeled after the city of Bend's per your direction, and grants the city manager the authority to coordinate emergency services connected with severe heat and fire, as well as the firework restriction, and as well as the ban, the violations associated in that fine. I believe I captured all of the council's direction and incorporated it into this emergency ordinance, but I'm happy to entertain any questions on any portion of it.
Okay, I just want to emphasize, this is through July the 9th.
That was the council's direction, yes. So this emergency ordinance would be in effect upon adoption through July 9th. And it can also be, per the council's future extension, amended or modified or extended, as long as the severe weather conditions.
And the declaration also takes into consideration the suggestion that the fines say up to $750.
That's right. And that would place the discretion for the actual dollar amount associated with any citation and fine with the municipal court judge.
Okay, before we get to the council, is there anyone from the public who would like to address the city council on this up to 3 minutes? Anybody? Mr. Nichols?
Yes. Yes, thank you. I just want to point out that the county this morning extended a ban to the 14th if you wanted to be in sync with the county.
Okay. Anybody else from the public that would like to address the city council before we have a city
Yes,
council
my name is-
discussion? Yes, go ahead.
My name is
Craig.
Craig Warneke.
Could you give your address, please?
It is 5352 Holly Steel Road, The Dalles, Oregon.
Yes, please. What would you like to say?
Well, I have some questions. I'm the gentleman that runs, well, I'm the pastor of the Lighthouse Church, and we run the fireworks booth that is up and running right now. We also have one in Rite Aid, one in Staples and one in Rite Aid. We've not opened the second one yet. I'm here just to get clarification so that my customers know. First, I am just clarifying that it's not a ban on selling fireworks?
Mr. Kara, can you answer that? I believe,
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yep, that is correct. There is no ban on the sale of fireworks proposed under this emergency ordinance, just the use of them within city limits through July 9th or potentially July 14th as amended, if the council so desires.
Okay. My next question then is, which fireworks are banned? The reason why I asked that is because there are certain things that are usually legal year round and other things that are not legal after the general fireworks season. And those things that are usually acceptable years round are like sparklers, poppets, smoke. I'm just wondering if all those things are also going to be banned. My customers are already asking me that, so that's why I wanted to join in on this.
Mr. Mayor?
yeah, please.
So the exhaustive list of fireworks that are prohibited under this ordinance are defined. You might want to write this down, Mr. Warnicki.
I'm ready.
In ORS 480.111. And that's a state statute that lists and describes the entirety of the fireworks that are covered under this specific ban. Also, the use of fireworks that are illegal under state law are always illegal in the city as well. Right.
Okay, so let me just clarify, that was 480.111.
That's exactly right.
Okay, I'll take a look at that.
Sure.
I do have one more question, because this is it is a fundraiser for our church. We do it every year. Last year, we raised enough money to put a new roof on our building. We are concerned that with these restrictions, our financial impact is going to be significant. We are already $6,000 into this. If the fireworks sales completely tank, I don't know if I have the money to cover my bills. So I'm just wondering is there any kind of financial help as a result of this? You know, it could be that we still sell enough that we get out of the red, but as a small church, $6,000 is quite a bit for us at this point.
The only thing I can suggest is that there is no provision under this that there would be any reimbursement. My fear is that if we do it for you, we'd have to do it for every other outlet that sells fireworks. But I would suggest maybe we revisit that issue after July the 9th to see if you have had any loss of income, because maybe people might come out and still buy it next year. So that's just my thinking. If anybody else would like to weigh in on that,
Mr. Mayor?
yeah, Councilor Lund Curtis.
Yes, so I did see this addressed on social media, and I also did make a personal post encouraging people to still support the groups that are selling as fundraisers, but to save their fireworks for a time when the weather is more appropriate, such as New Year's Eve or whenever. And I did see your church mentioned specifically where people were asking where they could just make cash donations to you instead of purchasing fireworks. So I, would encourage maybe some people to go and post on social media as well, just letting people know, because I think the community is really rallying around wanting to help everyone who's doing this as a fundraiser and yet keeping our community safe.
Well, that sounds.
Thank you for that.
That sounds incredible. Which social site was this happening at? The Dallas Happenings, or?
It was on a whole bunch of different ones where it just kind of if you go to probably to the city's website where they made the original post and then it got shared out from there. I saw it in at least 4 different places.
Okay.
And if I find it, I'll go ahead and make sure that there's something, I'll post something myself, just encouraging people to do that on the other sites that I didn't see it on yet.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is a good place to start. Darcy, perhaps, is the city's website. He could start there. And
I think so, because that was the one that was actually getting shared the most. And And then, yeah, so I'll try to share it. I'll share it onto my city council page as well, so that if you want to go there, I'll try to make a post about where I see it, just to help everybody track it down and if they would like to make a comment.
Thank you.
Okay, is there anyone else who would like to address the city council? Okay, any council discussion? Councilor Runyon.
Well, number one, I just want to note, listening to the news this morning, for those listening in, every city, both sides of the river, Oregon and Washington, that I can tell has imposed some sort of restriction, and some are very, very strict about no sales and all the rest of it. So that's one thing. So we're not alone in this. And as Mr. Nichols pointed out, Wasco County declared an emergency this morning as well. And the winds are of extreme duration as they're coming up in the gorge right now. Yesterday, I sent a note to City Manager Kruger, and that was forwarded to Mr. Kara. And that was my problem with the very last paragraph, basically, that is asking citizens to rat on their neighbors. And I hope that got changed and worded a little better, but I think it's better to have something that says contact, if you have questions, contact the local police station, whatever, rather than directly asking people to inform, I guess. It just doesn't seem, it seems like a little bit overreach.
You say that was in the last sentence of the declaration?
The one that I saw yesterday said, they were encouraging people to call in violations, and I disagree with that. I think let's leave that up to citizens to figure out their own way for things. I don't think that's our way to go. I don't think that's up to us.
Mayor Mays, I believe that Councilor Runyon is referring to the press release.
Oh. Yes, the press release does say that, but I don't see it where it's in the declaration itself.
Okay, very good. I never saw the final one, but it was out there on the radio this morning that we were encouraging that. And I don't know. I'd like to see that worded differently in the public material.
Yeah, maybe the next press release could not include that one sentence. That would be great. But again, it's not in the declaration.
Questions, but let's not be directly encouraging people to be informants.
Right. Any other comments or questions? Okay. I guess, would someone like to make a motion to adopt the emergency ordinance 21-1385?
Mayor Mays, I move the council approve emergency ordinance number 21-1385, declaring a state of emergency in the city of the Dalles as a result of extreme weather conditions, banning fireworks.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilor Randall and seconded by Councilor Long Curtis to adopt the emergency ordinance 21-1385, declaring a state of emergency, banning fireworks. Is there any more discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
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 Motion passes 3-0. Thank you very much. Any other business to come before the council? If not, thank you very much, Mr. Ward King, for your attendance, and thank you all for coming on such short notice. And with that, I'm going to adjourn the meeting. Thank you.